Meet Rufus, a 10-month-old miniature dachshund who's cute with a capital C. But this lovable pooch has a dark side.
He's vicious with people when he wants to be. He's vicious with small children.
You are bad!
Rufus was given to Holly Taylor as an 18th birthday present because Holly was starting to develop some worrying tendencies.
Holly loves to walk through mother care and imagine, you know, that she could buy this cot or that cot, and it was beginning to get a little bit much. So I thought, well, really, if she had any idea of the amount of responsibility involved in having a baby, she wouldn't bother.
With this in mind, Mum Penny took Holly to their local breeders, where they found her dream present, a sausage dog baby.
I'm his mummy. I'm his mum, and he's my baby.
But Rufus has turned out to be more brat than baby.
He goes to the toilet in the house wherever he wants.
He weaves all over the floor and it leaves a mess. It smells. He's weed on my clothes before in my room.
One of the trademarks of the Dachshund breed is their very loud bark.
He barks at everything.
Volume aside, the sheer relentlessness of his barking is getting everyone down.
Once he starts barking, he doesn't stop.
Rufus barks at the TV, at people passing by, and at night, waking up the whole house. But it's his never-ending barking at the doorbell which really drives the family mad. For now, they've been forced to disconnect it. Rufus's demanding behaviour is causing rifts.
No! We have lots of disagreements about the dog. It's probably the thing that we disagree about most in the house, isn't it? Ben, keep away from him, please. Just keep away from him.
I tease him quite a lot.
Ben.
I just like annoying him because he annoys me.
Even for doting mummy Holly, the novelty's beginning to wear off.
He was the best present I ever had, and now it's all just gone horribly wrong.
Help is on the way. Victoria Stilwell has been a dog trainer for over 10 years and has strong views about training little dogs.
It makes me really angry when owners spoil their small dogs and turn them into snappy little monsters. There are no excuses. A small dog needs as much discipline as a big dog.
When she arrives, Victoria is met by a broken doorbell and a barkaholic dog.
Hello?
Rufus. Shush. Shush.
Let's see what he does. Hello, my sweetheart.
In an instant, Victoria puts Rufus at ease.
Lovely, aren't you? Yeah, have a good old bark. Have a good old bark. And let's have a good old smell, too. Yeah, he's a little uncertain, isn't he? You
Yes.
know? I mean, I think he actually doesn't really know what he's feeling.
Victoria suspects Rufus's size could be the root of their problems.
You know, I think it's a common misconception for people that have small dogs. The small dogs just got to be treated just a little bit because they're just small.
But he's so baby-like. He can act so much like a baby that you just can't resist it. But he sat there and he's looking at you and you're like, okay.
In my experience, it's the small dogs, the tough dogs.
Yeah,
Don't
true.
mess with me.
Proud mum Holly can't wait to give Victoria a fashion show.
What's wrong?
Well, you're humiliating your dog. You're making him look ridiculous.
Unimpressed by the winter collection, Victoria digs a little deeper.
Why did you want a dog for yourself?
I would have loved to have a baby. Having a puppy is as close as you can get without getting pregnant and giving birth. But not in like a cruel. You see so many people on the television and out and about who obviously treat their dogs like babies, but. And I don't want to be like that necessarily, but I love the fact.
But you are like that.
Well.
Holly may smother Rufus, but big brother Ben treats him in an equally inappropriate way.
We have a few fights. I do tease him quite a bit. I bark at him, I pull his tail.
Yeah.
Just play with
Yeah,
him.
if you barked at me and pulled my tail, I'd probably bite you.
Yeah.
Ben may think his teasing is harmless fun, but Victoria believes that Ben's bullying behaviour is having a detrimental effect on Rufus.
Go for your face.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Ben, keep away from him, please. Just keep away from him. Thank you.
He sees your approach as a bit of a threat. I'm not so worried about you because you know what your limitations are. But if you had a child coming in here
And
or
reaching over.
anybody, and then he has a habit of doing that, he will go for the child too.
His aggression with Ben, I think, has been provoked by Ben. And if Ben continues, the aggression will get worse, not just to Ben, but just to other people as well.
Victoria's fears are put to the test with the arrival of a friend's baby.
Does he always react like this to children?
Yes. I don't know why, whether it's because of their size or because they're just a stranger as well. He is quite bad with children, yeah.
Right. I would like to see how he is on the lead on the ground with the baby. Do you mind if we do that, and you just make sure that he can't get close to him at all? Okay. Okay. Could you just walk him past? Right. Making sure that he can't get close. There's no. Okay. Come on. Does he react badly to prams?
Yeah.
And is it the same thing when you're out on a walk when he's at the other end of a lead?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure we can continue this because I don't want to upset the baby, so I think the baby should be taken out now. I've seen what I need to see. No, he doesn't like it.
Victoria's seen enough and gets Rufus to calm down.
Thank you.
She may be able to work magic, but can she get the family to?
If you mollycoddle a puppy all the time, and you treat it like a baby, and it's always up in your arms, and you're always kissing and cuddling it, it's more like a stuffed toy than an actual dog. And obviously, dogs are not babies. They're dogs. They need to be treated like dogs. You have to now become more of an owner rather than a mother. You are now responsible for your dog's education. Ben, you're also responsible for the dog's education. If you live in a household with a dog and you're an adult, you have to treat the dog with respect, because the more that you tease him and the more that you get him to show this aggressive behavior, the more he'll do it, the more habitual it become, and you're going to have a dangerous dog on your hands. And whose fault is that going to be?
Left in no doubt who's to blame for Rufus's aggression, Big Brother Ben has some facing up to do.
I was a bit taken aback at how direct she was, but I did understand that what she was saying made sense.
The following day, before training commences, there's evidence of foul play.
I discovered this little prize.
Right.
I mean, this is a lovely way to start the day. And it's, is this always where he poos?
He likes it around here, yeah, for
He
some
does.
reason.
Okay, there's absolutely no reason why he should be doing this in the house.
While Holly sets about cleaning up, Victoria spots another well-used toilet area.
These here are old stains.
Yeah.
Cleaning up with just a normal solution is not good enough.
Right.
You have to use a special pet deodorizer that cuts the enzymes in the urine. How can you tell him off for urinating when you almost entice him to urinate again because you don't clean it up properly?
Yeah.
As well as eliminating all traces of his scent, Victoria wants to put Rufus on a strict toilet plan.
Just before he's fed, as soon as you wake up and he wakes up, straight outside.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, he eats at 8 a.m. Straight after he's eaten, you take him out again.
This rigorous new regime means Rufus will be let out to relieve himself 7 times a day. And with that bad habit in hand, the next to address, his incessant barking. Dachshunds are predisposed to barking as they were originally bred to alert huntsmen to their prey. Victoria recognises that a lot of Rufus's barking is alarm barking born out of anxiety. She wants Holly and Penny to experience the world from Rufus's point of view.
And that, I mean, that's...
Say, you're very tall. You actually look quite threatening.
Yes,
definitely.
I want to greet nicely, but my teeth are smiling. Hello, beautiful dog. Hello.
Yeah, that makes me want to pull away from you,
Right.
and then it makes me want to go for you.
And to understand what Rufus is barking about, Victoria wants them to learn to speak his language.
His barking might sound exactly the same, but there are different barks for different things. The aggressive bark is... Now do that. Yeah, do it. Then there's the really anxious, high pitch. There's somebody coming here and it's making me scared.
It might look like Victoria's gone barking, but seeing the world from Rufus's perspective could go a long way to understanding just where this devilish dog is coming from.
This is crazy. It's like a little Dachshund's taken over the whole park.
Rufus, the miniature dachshund, has been making life a misery for the Taylor household with his barking, biting and bad behaviour. Victoria Stilwell has come to the rescue.
I'm not so worried about you because you know what your limitations are.
She's seen Rufus's aggression towards children and is convinced that his behaviour is a defence mechanism motivated by fear. Now that she's shown Holly and Penny how the world looks from Rufus's perspective, they can all head to the local park to tackle his pet hate. Little people in pushchairs. The arrival of other dogs, strangers and cyclists means the whole thing descends into chaos.
This is crazy. It's like a little Dachshund's taken over the whole park. Let's go, Rufus. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Victoria believes Rufus's aggression towards children and pushchairs can be tamed.
You're going to take charge of the situation. We're going to walk towards the chair. If he barks at it, we're going to walk in the other direction for about 5 steps. Then we're going to turn around again and walk back to the chair again.
Yeah.
As soon as he barks, we walk in the other direction. We're never going to give him a chance to become really emotional.
Yeah.
If Holly takes control and remains calm, Rufus will feel more confident and will eventually become less confrontational.
Very good. Okay, in the other direction, right away. Good. 5 steps. About that. Let's turn back again.
Come on then. Good boy. Good.
When Rufus starts to become anxious, turning and walking in the opposite direction should halt his panic. In time, Rufus's fear of children and pushchairs should become a thing of the past.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Good
Good
boy.
boy, Rufus.
Good boy,
Good boy,
Rufus.
Rufus. Very good.
Next on the agenda is the relentless barking. Rufus barks like a banshee every time the doorbell goes, forcing the Taylors to disconnect it. So armed with a replica bell, Victoria gets to work.
I want to desensitize Rufus to the sound of the bell. I also want to control it. So when somebody comes to the door and rings the bell, he can tell me that someone's at the door by barking 3 times, but then he's got to stop. Okay. You're going to press the bell. I'm going to move towards the door. When he's done 3 barks, I'll say thank you and reward him. If he's quiet, I'm going to move out of the door. If he keeps barking, I'm going to stay in the room.
Okay.
So, if you could ring the doorbell. Thank you.
Until now, Rufus has associated barking with getting attention, resulting in a serious barking habit. Victoria wants to reverse this psychology by ignoring Rufus until he's silent. Every time he barks, she returns to the room and waits for him to be quiet. Once the sound of the bell is no longer a trigger for Rufus to bark, Victoria asks Holly to attempt the next stage.
And this is somebody at the door who he's seen before, but he doesn't know very well.
If Rufus barks when the bell rings, Holly must return to the lounge and stay there until he's quiet. The visitor won't be allowed in until the barking stops. This training works through repetition, and fortunately, this stranger is very patient. Eventually, Rufus gets the message. Barking isn't getting him the attention he wants, so he shuts up.
Hi, how are you?
At last, their guest can be ushered in.
Goodbye! Goodbye!
Victoria's particularly worried about Ben's behaviour towards Rufus. He's been a tease, and it's time the tables were turned.
If I go like that to you all the time,
We'll get quiet.
you are going to react. After a little while of doing that, you are going to react. And then if I just looked at you like that, that's a little scary. So the combination of you doing that and you teasing him is making him aggressive, and it's dangerous. So no more staring, no more of this staring, no more of this. No more barking at him, nothing. Now you treat him like the amazing dog that he is.
With Ben put straight, it's time for Victoria to work on Rufus's aggression.
Rufus has been a little snappy at times. Obviously, I can understand when Ben teases him. But at other times, when people come reach over and touch Holly or just walk past and he's in her arms, then Rufus turns and snaps. Now, whenever Rufus does that, he is punished. And the way you're going to punish him is that you're going to just put him on the ground. Because he wants to be up there on your lap.
Yeah.
But if he realises that this snapping behaviour means that he gets to go on the ground, then he's less likely to do it. Let's just see.
Victoria wants Ben to be able to kiss his mum without being attacked.
Now, when you're also doing this, 1 second, Ben, when you're also doing this and you're putting him on the ground, as you're putting him on the ground, you say, ah, very loud, and put him on the ground, okay?
But Rufus is too quick for Holly.
As soon as he goes,
Yeah.
that's how fast it's got to be.
Yeah.
Ben has another stab at it.
Now,
It's quite difficult to put him on the floor though. When
yeah,
yeah.
now, don't throw him onto the floor, though.
Yeah. I'm really sorry.
Good
It's just
boy.
I'm really
No,
scared.
No. The problem here is redirected aggression. You see, what happens is when the dog's feeling threatened, somebody's coming close to it, then you're actually keeping the dog from doing what it's supposed to do to protect itself because you're holding it back.
Yeah.
So the dog will redirect his aggression onto you to get you off him so that he can do what he is supposed to do.
It's a bit like if somebody held your arms behind
Yeah.
your back and, you know, you'd...
And someone was coming towards you, you'd be like, yeah.
Trying to get them off
Yeah.
to protect
Yeah.
yourself.
With that in mind, they have another go.
It's all right, don't be scared. Now, listen, Holly, this is the thing. If you tense up, you're sending the message right to your dog.
Yeah, as if I'm scared.
Yes.
And I'm not scared
No.
of Ben. I'm
No.
scared of him.
So your tensing up means that your dog tenses up
going through it,
as
yeah.
well. Let's just try that. Want to try that again, or are you scared of doing it? If you're scared of doing
Can
it,
you, will you?
I wouldn't like to do it again.
You wouldn't
really.
like to do
No,
it?
I don't
Okay,
like
that's
him to be
fine.
that upset.
that's fine.
Victoria might be used to far more ferocious dogs than Rufus, but Holly and Penny are too scared to continue. So Victoria suggests a different technique.
When Ben approaches, that you distract Rufus and you just little praise and play with him a little bit, tell him what a good boy he is.
Yeah.
So that by the time Ben's there, he sees actually Ben's approach as a good thing rather than a bad thing. There's a good boy, so Ben, don't stare.
Boy.
It's a simple but effective trick. Rufus was so busy lapping up the limelight that he simply forgot to give Ben a hard time. From now on, the Taylor family are going to have to practice alone, as Victoria has to leave to help other dogs.
I have confidence that this family will put in the work that is needed. I tend to think some of the members of the family might occasionally let up a little bit, but you can't let up because once I go, the training really starts.
Victoria needn't worry. After she leaves, the whole family gets stuck in.
Come on, Rufus.
2 weeks later, Victoria returns to see whether the family's hard work has paid off. Previously, Rufus's persistent barking at the door had led to the bell being disconnected. But today, the signs are good. The doorbell's back in working order, and Rufus gives her a much more welcoming greeting.
Hello! Hi, good boy!
Goodness!
Good boy!
Hello. Wow, Rufus, hi! How's it been going?
It's been really good, actually. Since you were here the last time, yeah, it's been great. He's much calmer. He doesn't bark as much at the front door. And all round, he is a much better dog. He's much happier as well.
By sticking rigidly to Rufus's toilet schedule, the family home is now a wee and poo-free zone.
Is pooping and peeing around the house. That's got a lot better. And we'll let him out. First thing in the morning is very important. And just all the times during the day. And it's fine. It's
Good.
a lot better.
Rufus's wardrobe has improved too. Holly has stopped dressing him up like a dolly and has invested in a practical new dog coat. And what about Rufus's old nemesis, children in pushchairs?
Hiya!
Holly's hard work has paid off, and he's completely unconcerned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's
All right.
excellent.
Bye.
Good boy. In so short a time, I was expecting not to get as good a reaction as that, but it shows that they've obviously really worked at it. And so that's spectacular.
And it seems that Rufus is not the only one who's felt the benefits of Victoria's training.
And Ben has been a real star.
Has
He's
he really?
definitely, yeah. He's shown his soft side.
Yeah, I love him. He's part of the family.
Oh, I love it.